Hey guys, this is Aditya Raj Gupta. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about 5 essential skills which are really important for a front-end developer. So let's talk about this. And first of all, I'm gonna talk about the detailed explanation of languages and tools. Then I will talk about proper learning path, and the last one, that is how long it will take to learn all these things, like we will gonna discuss in this video. So let's start. Let us know about Newton School first. Newton School is a platform which prepares you for career in tech. It not only prepares students, but it also prepares those women who want to make their career in tech and they do not have any background earlier in the coding. And it also prepares freshers and those students even who want to make their career in coding background. So Newton School has a tie-up more than 300 companies, and it also has a tie-up with top companies like Google, Throwworkers, Zomato, Xiaomi, Byju's and all. So you can get the access in the description box and can visit here. And Newton School also ensures that you must have placed in the best to best company. And its best part is that you do not have to pay even a single penny until you have placed in a company which has minimum CTC of 5 lakhs. Now the question is that how can we access this platform? So for learning purpose, Newton School has also launched its launchpad. So in the description box, I will provide the link of this web page and you can access this link and then visit to the Newton School launchpad. Here you can do all the codings and all. You can find the courses related to coding, programming and all. And if I talk about like how can you practice, so you have to go in the playground section. Then if you want to work with like website development, then you have to go with markup and you can explore these in this. And if I talk about that what is the contest, so if you have given any contest in the Newton School platform, so you can track these contests, that how much score you have scored and all. So this is all about Newton. Now let's get back to our front-end development skills. Most of the developers are a bit confused in that whichever language or framework we can say they choose to opt for a developer, or they want to become a front-end developer, full stack developer, whatever they want to become. So there are many things like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, embedded C, C++, Python, React, PHP, MySQL, and there are lots of languages, frameworks under which these things work, like front-end development skills work, and back-end things are also work under certain languages. So most of you are a little bit confused in this. So let me clear your first doubt. So HTML, CSS and JavaScript is the basic, or we can say that fundamental part of building a website. So you do not have to worry about anything else. First, if you are a beginner, then you have to learn first the HTML, then go towards CSS and then go towards JavaScript. And you are thinking that do we have to do the 100%, like we have to score 100% in HTML, CSS and JavaScript? Not simply, the thing is that you do not have to gain efficiency in HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now if I look towards HTML, then it is used to structure the web pages, and CSS, it is used to make them beautiful, or we can say that it is used to beautify them. And what about JavaScript? JavaScript is used to program, or we can say that JavaScript is used to functioning them. So let us take a example of a building, or we can say that apartment. First, assume that there is nothing, there is a land only, and a builder wants to construct a building on that land. First, the workers which will work on that project will have to work on the structure of building. So this part is called HTML part. And then to beautify them, they will give finishing touches and all. They will work with everything so that they can make that building or apartment beautiful. So this is called CSS part. And if I talk about working part of the building, so building will not work like a human, but the elevators in that buildings are working part. So you have seen the function of elevator, or we can say that lift, opening, closing, up, down. So these things. Now if you haven't understand anything from this example, let me take one more example to make you understand. You must have seen comments on Twitter. So what is there in the Twitter? So there is your DP part, there is your name part which is highlighted, and there is your commented part which is in the paragraph thing, and then upvotes, likes, shares and all. So if I talk about the structure, so developer first developed the structure of that box in which the details of yours are like your DP and all, and he must have created first your DP in square form, then he give the box for your comments, your upvotes, likes and naming and all. Then to beautify means to style them, he has circled your DP, it looks nice, and he highlighted your naming part, and then it and gives the gray color to the commented part, and then for the like part he has given the red color. And now if I talk about the functioning of this, then upvotes, shares and likes, these are the functions. So this is called JavaScript part. Now I hope that you must have understood the concept of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. If not, then comment below, I will answer that as soon as possible. If you are a beginner, then it is highly recommended that you first have to go with the fundamentals like HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Then it comes to React, Angular, Vue, what these things are. So let me introduce with the Bootstrap. Bootstrap and React, Angular, Vue are frameworks. So what is the need for these things? A frame forces our application into a structure. So that's why we need these things, and it is really helps a developer to code smartly and in less time and efficiently as well. Then a developer must be familiar with version control systems. Now what is this version control system? Like you are working on a project which is too vast or too small, we can say. So to track your work history, you can have checkpoints in them. So to have that checkpoints, you need some version control knowledge like Git and GitHub and all. And if I talk about Git, then it is most recommended, and 70% of the developer teams use this Git. If you need the complete knowledge about Git, GitHub and all, then comment below. Otherwise this video will be so long. As I have talked about smart coding, so is CSS a smart coding? No, CSS is not a smart coding, but for smart coding, CSS preprocessors are there. And how this work? First future CSS, then preprocessors, and then today's CSS. Even there are lots of CSS preprocessors like Sass, Less, Stylus and all. But highly recommended preprocessor is Sass. And similarly for smart coding in JavaScript, you can work with Typescript. What this does? Typescript, transpiler and JavaScript. And what is transpiler? Transpiler is the combination of translate plus compiler. So it translates the TypeScript code and compile it into JavaScript, which are readable to developers, or we can say that users. There are more JavaScript languages like CoffeeScript and TypeScript. Now let's talk about the learning path, like how much time individually we have to give on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Vue, Angular in this. So for HTML, CSS and JavaScript, if you work regularly and code regularly 3 to 5 hours a day, then it will take only 3 months to complete these courses. Now the total time it will take is 5 months, as I have included in this HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now Git is really important, and it is easier also. So for this you have to give 2 to 4 weeks. So generally it will take about a month. So combinedly it will take 6 months to become you a full stack developer. Now if you want to become a smart coder, like smart coding within less time, then you can learn SASS, Sass, TypeScript, CoffeeScript and all. Like Sass and TypeScript are highly recommendable and used by most of the developers. So you can work on these platforms. It will generally take 1 to 2 months to you to complete this, and the total, if I combine HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React or any framework and Git and a TypeScript or Sass, then it will take you to 8 months around. And now you are ready to work as a front-end developer. You will definitely ask that, is this enough to become a front-end developer? Yeah, this is enough. But if I say this is not full enough, or we can say that you must have developed or worked on projects, you must be working on your projects, we can say front-end development projects, like you must have worked on clones like Google clone, Flipkart clone, Amazon clone, WhatsApp clone, and there are lots of games, like you must have developed small games or easier games, and for project I will discuss it in another video, otherwise this video will be too long. Now the most important question of this video, that how to learn these things. So to learn these things you do not have to worry or go anywhere. I am here to teach you about everything, as I have uploaded all the content of HTML. Now currently I am working on CSS and soon I will upload the contents of JavaScript. Then we will work on React, and then I will also teach you about Sass, TypeScript, CoffeeScript, or whatever you want. And after that I will also go on backend technologies. We will learn the backend languages also. So do not go anywhere, just subscribe to my channel if you are the new one on this channel, and hit the like button. So this is all about this video. See you in the next video. Bye.